everyone, I'm Fudge Night Ray and welcome back to my channel. I'm back at it again with another funny anime boy. Gosh, I can't believe I haven't uploaded in about 2 months, I think. I had a massive art block, but lo and behold, one day I gained the sudden inspiration to draw this man. He is not a part of the 26 favorite character challenge series that I was doing, but if you don't know who this hilarious man is, he is Mikoto from this really cool multimedia music project called Milgram, where the audience votes on whether they can forgive 10 fictional prisoners based on their respective music videos, interrogations, and conversations, which all have allusions to what their crime was. I had stumbled across this fandom on complete accident. I was on Discord trying to find a gif of another Mikoto Suo from K. So I looked up Mikoto and I kept seeing gifs of this very edgy boy that was obviously unhinged. He was covered in blood in some of them, distressed in others, beating people up, you know. And then I saw a lot of gifs mentioning McDonald's, which was very confusing. So naturally I was curious and I looked him up and I found out that for one, he was voiced by Natsuki Hane, which made me love him more. And then I found out that he was not from an anime, but from this music video series called Milgram. So I watched his music video first. Very bad idea. I had no idea what was going on, but I went through the comments and I got kind of a gist of what the project was, so I went back to like the very first video that they did and then I watched everything. And suffice to say, I became obsessed with Milgram and Mikoto. After all, it wouldn't be the first time I fell in love with a baby-faced ruthless killer with severe stress and mental illness, interesting hair choices, and both associated with the Hangman Tarot card and voiced by Natsuki Hane. I'm gonna let the music play here a little bit to give you a break from my voice. I hope you guys enjoy the song I picked out. So I kind of want to go over my thinking process when I was drawing this. I had a couple of ideas, one of them involving maybe some type of tarot card imagery, but I didn't really go for that. The most I have is the Mikoto with the knife hanging upside down in reference to his Hangman Tarot card, because that's the tarot card he's mostly associated with. My first thought was that I wanted one of the Mikotos to cover the other one's eyes, because nothing about this character is canon, so take this with a grain of salt, but I really like one of the theories in the fandom is that he's a homicidal sleepwalker, and I'm a big fan of that theory. My favorite theory though is that he's just a compulsive liar. I don't know how popular that one is, but I personally think it's really funny. So I wanted the Mikoto with the knife to cover the Mikoto that's like pleading with the audience, or maybe with himself, I don't really know. I wanted his eyes to be covered with Mikoto's knife because I thought I don't know, maybe some cool symbolism with how he desperately wants to be seen as innocent, and he doesn't really understand why he's at the Milgram facility, or so he says. So I wanted that vulnerability to be covered up by the actions of the Mikoto with the knife. So that's why his eyes are being covered, and that's also why I colored his eyes the blue color, the blue turquoise color of the innocent color that Milgram uses, because I wanted that quote-unquote innocence to be covered up by his actions that he undertakes when he's sleepwalking or lying, I don't know. And I also have this duality thing with the image being flipped, obviously in reference to the tarot card that he's associated with, the Hanged Man. And for the longest time, I wasn't sure about how to color this image. I had stopped recording sometime back before I started coloring right here. I stopped recording because I was testing a couple of different palettes to see which one I liked the most, and so I just figured that I would color it normally, just give him his regular colors, and then put a red gradient, which is the guilty color, over the red Mikoto, and kind of a turquoise blue gradient over the one that's pleading, the Mikoto that's pleading to you. And I think it came out pretty well. It's coming up pretty soon. And as for the background I also had a really hard time with, but a friend of mine, my dear good old friend, had recommended that I use a blue background and have this red circle, because there's also a lot of moon imagery in his music video, so I put that red circle in the background to represent a moon, and then it was making this ripple effect in the background that you will see soon coming up. And I thought that I couldn't handle it because I'm really bad at backgrounds, but I think it came out pretty good. I actually like it a lot. Speaking of things I like a lot, Mikoto Milgram, oh my god. I don't know what it is. He's just really funny, I don't know. He gave off this really innocent persona during the trailers for Milgram and stuff like that. And then his music video came out, and the first thing you see him is tailing a guy with a bat and him beating him to death, and he's got this really hard metal music playing, but then it switches up and it's all soft and stuff. I don't know. I love characters with duality and stuff, and I was so enamored by the concept of Milgram that I practically forced all my friends to get into it, and they like it too, obviously. So if anyone here doesn't have a clue what Milgram is, I highly, highly, highly urge you to check the project out. It's just so cool and original to me. I don't know how original it is, honestly. I don't have a lot of experience with Seiyu projects or these music video projects, but just the entire concept of Milgram is just so cool and fascinating to me. I can't wait to see what the brilliant minds over there have in store for the next series of trials that's going to go on for this series. And as we are nearly approaching the end of this music video, I just want to thank everybody for sticking around this long. I'd like to thank the Milgram Discord for encouraging me throughout this entire project. The guys over there are great, they're so sweet, I love them so much. I'd also like to thank my friends and stuff for, just sticking around and stuff. This picture, I had a lot of fun, coming back from our art blog and making something that you truly think is, an improvement upon what you used to do, it always feels good because no one wants to feel like they're getting worse at something that they love. So being able to turn out this picture and have it look fairly decent, it just brightened pretty much my week. I was very happy with how this image came out. I was happy with the expression, the idea of the image. I feel like visually it's probably one of the more complex things I've ever done. I am very proud of myself with how the background came out because I'm horrible at backgrounds. I'm not really good at drawing things that aren't people. So as you'll see, the whole ripple effect that I came up with for the background, I think it came out pretty good. The background right now is mostly blue, but as you'll see in the final product, I changed it to be more red to show that, you know, the whole blood moon and his innocence being stained by, you know, the red light and stuff like that, you know, cool symbolism and all that. So yeah, thank you everyone for staying and watching this video. I really appreciate you, and all of you have a wonderful day. I'm just gonna let this music keep on playing, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye everyone.